Hello, we're here this morning to talk about catch crop. This is a catch crop. It's called stubble turnips. Now, there would have been wheat in this field last year. The wheat would have been sown last October, and when the wheat was cut in the end of July, 1st of August, the stubbles was left like this. This stubble field would be ploughed, harrowed, and this crop was grown here, this stubble turnip. It's called a catch crop because it's sown in between two other crops. The crop is sown between was wheat, and now this spring there will be barley put in these fields. So why do they grow this stubble turnip? Why is it important to grow this stubble turnip? Now, first of all, it has a lot of green leaves, and then at the base of it there are these small turnips that grow over the winter months. It's very important to farmers because it's a new way of keeping nutrients in the ground over the winter months. So what it does is the turnip grows and it takes up all the N, P and K in the ground from the soil, and when it takes up this, it stores it over the winter months, and it stops it from leaching down through the soil, so that it has a value to the farmer, because fertilizer is very expensive. So this keeps any fertilizer that was in the soil last year, prevents it from leaching out. Now, the stubble turnips, they're sown last September, like late August, September. The seed would have been broadcast in the field, and then it's harrowed, and it grows all winter. And this is a variety, it'll be a hardy variety, and you'll notice there on the tops of the leaves that they're slightly burnt from the frost. But the problem with this as well is a lot of birds can do a lot of damage to it, eat the leaves and all that of it. Now, the main advantage of stubble turnip is used by a lot of farmers for feeding and fattening sheep. Now, this farm here, it keeps a lot of dry hoggets. What a dry hogget is a lamb that wasn't sold last year, and it's kept on for the market it's sold from now till June, and they're called hoggets. And it would weigh maybe 50 to 60 kilos. So this is a field of stubble turnips that's being eaten it's used as a winter feed for the hoggets. And it's very good feeding because there's not much else needed along with it. Now you'll see on this field they've eaten the hoggets have eaten all the leaves off the turnips, and now they'll come along and they'll eat all the small turnips. And you'll see there where they're kind of scooped and they're eaten by the sheep. Now, this is very good feeding because it's a cheap source of energy, and the feed will pass through the sheep and it'll pass out onto the land as feces again. And this is keeping the fertilizer in the land, that it's only passed back out as feces, and once it's passed back out, the fertilizer is back in the soil again. So that means the fertilizer has been held over the full winter, and it's still in use now again. And these sheep would have been bought maybe for about 80 to 90 euros a head a couple of months ago. Now they're fattened over the winter, and he will sell them on again, maybe get 120 or 30 euros a head for them. So he's getting paid for his winter turnips as well, or for his catch crop as well as holding the nutrients in the soil. So this is very beneficial to the farmer. Now, so that's an advantage of catch crop. Another catch crop that's widely used for dairy farmers is called kale, K-A-L-E, and we'll do a small bit on that later. Now, apart from feeding the sheep, just a little bit about the sheep here. These are what they call hoggets. They're about a year old. Well, they've been born about last March. They're being fattened now. They'll probably go to the slaughter in the next 5 to 6 weeks. Here's one. They're all different crosses, all different types of sheep, because it doesn't matter. They're all going to be slaughtered. There's one is lame. She have a skull in the foot. Now, that guy won't put on weight very easily. There's a lot of crosses here, different types of crosses: Texel cross, Suffolk cross, so forth. Now you'll notice here that these are feeders. He's given them some concentrates here as well. It's like a pulp, some kind of a barley pulp concentrate, and they come here and they eat this, So that's topped up every day or every couple of days, so that the farmer can, so it helps to fatten the lambs as well. They come and they eat out of that, they eat the concentrates out of it like that. Also knows that he's providing water here as well, so he has a slurry tanker here which will be cleaned out to provide water for them on the, because once sheep are getting meal they have to get water as well. So water is very important. Okay, the fresh water there as well, which they get constantly. And we have another feeder here, they're just coming and eating at the feeder here. Right, so this is kind of dry hogget production. He's just using this, he's a mainly cereal farmer, and he's mainly just using this to fertilise the land and still make money make money from the land over the winter months when there's nothing much else going on the farm. Okay.